16 years ago, my husband Scott broke his back snowboarding in Canada and now uses a wheelchair. Since then, we've still been able to travel and we've seen some incredible sights, but we've also missed out on some. Even when we've used the services of a registered travel agent, we've been let down by being met with a series of steps. Our heart has sunk time and time again. The number one reason that people don't travel is the lack of information. They never know what to expect and so don't go to new places. So our solution is to create an accessible travel planning platform with verified accessible accommodation, immersive experiences and related services so that people can travel more. Think booking.com, but purely accessible options. We want travellers to also review our content so that the next traveller can get more confidence. 2 years ago, Scott and I started Push Adventures, an accessible travel consultancy, and we have single-handedly brought accessible tourism to the forefront of the South Australian tourism industry. We also most recently have brought the first ever Accessible Tourism Award to any Australian Tourism Award program. This is a big deal. Now with Linda on board, bringing strong marketing skills combined with Scott's travel as an elite sportsman and lived experience, plus my determination, we've got the skills to take the Good Scout all the way. The accessible tourism market is valued at $8 billion, and this can be attributed to the fact that there are 3.4 million people in Australia that have a physical disability, and that research states that people don't generally travel alone. The accessible tourism industry also caters for more than people with disabilities and wheelchair users. Our ageing population greatly benefit from an accessible environment. So take my family, for example. We're a family of 4. If the place is not accessible, we all don't go. The Good Scout verification process utilises collecting data from tourism operators, coupled with using active wheelchair users across the country to further verify the information. Verification by a trusted source gives travellers confidence to travel more and enjoy Australia. Our business has two key revenue streams, with education and accreditation being the main source. The Australian Tourism Data Warehouse, just 2 weeks ago, made it mandatory for all 43,000 businesses that are currently listed in the data warehouse to register how accessible they are. This is an absolute game changer for us. So we project to certify 5% of those accessible businesses in the Australian Tourism Data Warehouse within the next 2 years, coupled with with consulting fees, commissions and advertising, bringing us up to a minimum income of $610,000 within our first 2 years. Plus, we want to channel funds from our profits into an adaptive equipment scheme, because we further know that the barriers to participation come through having the right equipment. The tourism operators don't want to pay, and the individuals don't want to pay for equipment that they might only use once. So Venture Dorm has really pushed us in the right direction. The last 13 weeks, we've grown from a state-based business to a national one. We've onboarded active wheelchair users as ambassadors in 4 states. We've having ongoing conversations with tourism operators all across the country. We have had multiple paying customers, and we have also forged partnerships with disability service organisations around the country. So right now we are looking for investment to invest in the technology and to build our accreditation process that will take our business to the next level. And the accessible tourism market in America for global valuation is $34 billion in 2015. So while many people can choose their holiday by a pool, we have to choose our holiday by the bathroom. The Good Scout will change all that.